Okay. Jamie traveled for years playing volleyball and coaching as well and planned all of her own trips. Very detail oriented she is. And now she is helping you. Here is Jamie from Terrapin Travel. 401 North Market Street. I'm with Jamie, Terrapin Travel. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So I met you a few weeks ago at the Lunch and Learn that I was doing. We were talking about your travel. Your travel experiences are not your typical, I mean, I know it can be. I know it can be, but you like the adventure type.
Active and adventure.
Active
That's my
and adventure.
specialty.
Yes. So tell me, how long have you traveled just yourself before this even company came about?
I've been traveling my whole life. Yeah,
Okay.
my grandparents loved to travel. We moved around a lot. I've played sports my whole life, so that's taken me on many, many travels. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
International as well, or mostly? Wow.
Yeah.
What sport did you play?
Volleyball.
Did you? Very good. Do you have any affiliation with any volleyball now? Do you?
I'm on the board of directors for the Chesapeake region of USA Volleyball.
Okay, so
yeah.
that's a little bit
I still
to
play,
do with
so,
it.
yeah.
You do? You still play?
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done. That's excellent. So when did you decide to establish the travel company?
So I actually coached volleyball for 29 years. And when my daughter went to college and she's playing volleyball, my son was playing baseball in college, I decided to retire from coaching everybody else's kids and go cheer on my own kids for a change. And then after a couple of months, I realized I put a lot of time and mental energy into coaching. And so I was kind of going crazy, needing something to do. So I just kind of dove into planning a couple trips. And then one thing led to another. And I ended up being a travel agent, which is great.
Yeah.
Great.
So when you were planning, was it just like for friends or family? Like people just said, hey, can you help put my trip together?
Yeah, sometimes.
Nice.
And then I planned for my daughter's graduation gift, we went on a Mediterranean cruise. So we went to Greece and Italy, Montenegro, Croatia. It was pretty epic.
Yeah. we've done a cruise very similar to that. We went to Turkey, Croatia. Where else did we go? We did Greece and Italy, Sicily. Yeah, it was great. It's amazing.
Yes.
It's an amazing country. I mean, all those countries, an amazing area. Can't wait to get back to that. So after that, you were like, hey, I can do this.
Well, actually, when I came back, I have a friend. Well, I'm friends with the owner of Terrapin Travel, and she had planned a couple trips for me before. So when I came back, I wrote this whole destination guide, and I was like, here's some tips if you want to share them for anybody else going. And she's like, you really travel like a travel advisor. And I was like, well, what would I have to do to become one?
So you came back and
wing.
said, here are some tips and hints that we learned along the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like 3 pages.
Very detailed.
I'm a very detail-oriented person.
Yeah, obviously. So what kinds of tips did you provide? That's funny.
So I remember Italy was the biggest one because if you don't know before you go, it can be difficult to find coffee, food, and bathrooms, which are very important.
Yes.
So things like, in Italy, you can't just walk into any establishment and use their restroom.
Right.
It's very frowned upon. There's public restrooms, which are very nice, but you have to pay to use them.
Right.
Which most people don't realize.
Yeah.
And dinner in Italy is an all-night event. So
it is.
You kind of have to have reservations. Most of the places only have 5 or 6 tables, and if you go in at our dinner time, it looks empty, and they'll be like, no, we can't take you. We're full, because people go in there and they stay all night. You get the table for the night. So
yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, we had dinner in Rome, and we didn't really know. It was my mom, her husband, my husband, our 2 kids. And we didn't really know what to expect, so we were kind of like, oh, what do you suggest, and blah, blah, blah. And I think we paid the equivalent of our mortgage on that dinner. But it was wonderful. It was a great experience, and we were like, oh, goodness.
It's an all-night affair.
Yeah, and it's in euro, so I think it was at the time. So it's like, whoa, all right. But yeah, it's really, really great. What's your favorite place to go?
People ask me that all the time, and I can't really pick one. I have like a favorite U.S. destination and a favorite international. I love Europe, pretty much anywhere in Europe. That's kind of my current kick. I really loved Croatia because my people are Slavic. So
yeah, it was beautiful. Dubrovnik was beautiful. I mean, we didn't get
Yeah.
too much out of there, but it was a really beautiful city.
yeah,
Yeah, really cool.
I love Utah and the national parks in the U.S.
Yeah.
a lot. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
What's your favorite thing to do when you're on vacation?
hike.
Yeah,
I like or walk, get out away from the city and
yeah.
walk and
Discover
hike
stuff.
and explore. Yeah.
So when people come to you, how does it work? Like they just say, "Hey, look, I want to go on vacation. I'm not really sure exactly what I want." How does that go?
So it can go a lot of different ways. It depends how much information people come in. Most people don't come in with, "Hey, I have no idea what I want to do." Usually they have some kind of idea, but I spend a lot of time talking to people and kind of qualifying them and figuring out what they want, what
Yeah.
their preferences are, their travel style, things they like to do to try to steer them towards things that I know will be a good experience
Yeah.
for them. Sometimes people think they want one thing, but they don't really know a lot about it. And
Yeah.
then they realize there's other options that are more aligned with what they want. So
Yeah. And which is great for somebody like you who's been on a lot of these trips and can do those things. Like, okay, do you realize that when you're going to Greece, you're going to be walking like 8
40,000
million
steps a day.
to
Yeah.
get
On slippery
around, get up
cobblestones.
to all the stuff that you want to see. I mean, it is quite, I mean, I've seen a lot of people struggle when we were there too. A lot of the older folks, it
Yeah, a
was
lot of
really
people don't
tough. Like
realize.
there's not like a handicap lift or anything that can take you up
and
to
most
some of the
hotels
ruins.
don't even have an elevator
Right.
or air conditioning.
Right, exactly. So it's really helpful if you're experienced going places and doing stuff like that. Now, do you like to do trips for groups as well, or really just like families or individuals?
I will do either. I like planning for groups. I like planning for individuals. I really like planning custom, unique itineraries for people.
Yeah.
And my specialty is active and adventure, so I definitely like to plan that kind of
Yeah.
trip. But I do a lot of cruises and stuff too. I'll plan anything really but Disney.
Yeah, I don't blame
But
you.
we have another advisor in our group that'll do Disney, so that's
so
a whole
it's not
nother
off the
beast.
table, just
Yeah.
off the table with you.
Yeah, it's just off my
Yeah,
plate.
yeah,
But I can get you a good Disney vacation with another agent.
I like it. I like it. Are there any places coming up like in the next year that you're like, maybe new places have opened up or a place you want to try or somebody running some good deals right now?
So there's a lot of things happening. A lot of people are headed to Italy next year because it's Jubilee, which is every 25 years it's the big Catholic pilgrimage to Rome where they open the doors to the basilicas. And so there will be a lot of people in Italy. So if you're interested in pilgriming, that's good. If you're not interested in crowds,
Don't
maybe
go.
Italy's not where you want to go. But I am going to Italy.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, in
Yeah.
August. So there's a solar eclipse happening in 2026, next August, and that's a big deal. A lot of people travel for solar eclipses.
Yeah.
And you got to book that really far ahead. Or
That's a
it's
big
expensive.
thing. So what is the path that is going to be for best viewing for that next year?
So I have two trips
Or
that I'm
2
kind
years,
of
really 26, right? 2
next
years.
year.
Yeah,
Year and a
yeah,
half.
yeah.
I have two sailings actually that I'm kind of promoting through Virgin Voyages that will take you. One goes to 98% totality, and one goes to 100% totality on the cruise ship, like out in the ocean. So,
What?
yeah, it's pretty epic. They're great itineraries. The 100% path starts in Barcelona and it goes through Ibiza and France and back into Spain again. And then the other one starts in the UK. It goes up through Ireland, Iceland, and Scotland. So
Wow.
they're pretty epic. They're
Those
very
would be
epic.
great.
Yeah.
Those would be really cool. Like I don't think I've ever, well, certainly not out at sea, but seen one of those. So that'd be
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the eclipse and an awesome itinerary.
Yeah, you get a great trip and the eclipse, which is cool. Those are really great, and I've been hearing a lot about Iceland lately. A lot of people
love
going, and
Love Iceland.
what do you love about that area?
It can accommodate any travel style, any interest. It's so unique. It's similar to Hawaii in that it has your volcanoes and it has the ocean and it has land things to do. It has unique culture, but it also has glaciers and ice caves and just a lot of really, really cool things. And it's an easy trip from here. You can leave late on a Thursday or Friday night, get there in the morning, spend the whole entire weekend, leave late on a Monday night, so you're not wasting a day traveling.
Yeah.
So that's really nice.
Yeah, because isn't it only like 5 hours, something like that? Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
a bad trip to get somewhere cool like that.
No,
for
that's
sure.
very cool.
That's cool. Okay, so if people are interested in maybe looking and saying, hey, I want to do some active stuff, where do they go?
To me.
Yeah, come to you.
Jamie at Terrapin Travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and active adventure, when I say that's my specialty, a lot of people think either I'm talking extreme crazy sports
Like
or
cliff diving.
yes,
and
or some kind of rustic sleep on the ground in the middle of nowhere thing, which I can plan that for you if you want. But that's not really
yeah.
active.
No,
Active
you're
and adventure is pretty much if it involves any kind of connection with nature, any kind of cultural immersion, or physical activity. If that's two of those three, it's considered active and adventure.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Pretty much as long as you're not just going on a beach, sitting down, reading a book, and going back to your room.
yeah.
But I'm sure
It can
if
be
you're-
sitting on a beach if you're
yeah.
immersed in the
Snorkeling,
culture.
maybe,
Yeah. Yeah.
Snorkeling too. All right, we'll make sure the website is on screen and that Jamie's details are there too. Reach out, get somebody who's got the experience or has been there. I think that's always great because it makes you feel more comfortable when you're going to go, oh yeah, she
Tell
said
you what
this.
you didn't even know you didn't know.
That's right. That's right. All right. We thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Ah, yes. How cool would it be to go see the eclipse from the ocean? I mean, never even thought about that. That would be awesome. So contact Jamie if you're interested in that. All right.